Yo, what's up everyone, it's Blue Nova and I'm back with a new tutorial on how to get your vocals to sound like Brent Faiyaz in the song Circle. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon so that you're notified every time there's a new video. If you want to go ahead and get this entire vocal preset, just go to bluenovabeats.com and go to the store, click on the vocal presets tab and you can get it right there. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing I'm going to do is just turn off what we have here on the master, which is just the Convolver and Soft Clipper. Now we're going to work with the lead vocal. With the lead vocal, the first thing we have is M-Auto Pitch. M-Auto Pitch is just a free plugin that you guys can use to put auto-tune on your vocals. It's just a free alternative for auto-tune and also format shift pitch. And that's a major important part for this song. So let's go ahead and right-click it, the solo. And we have all the vocals routed to another insert. So let's go ahead and turn all these off as well. So with it, we just have the format shift to set at -5.28. Brent Faiyaz does this pretty much throughout the whole entire song. So keep that in mind when you're using this plugin. You can use any type of format shift plugin. Just make sure you have it lowered down with your voice. So this is what it sounds like.
Forget who I am and how this goes. Did I forget who I am?
So that's what you're gonna get with the lead vocal. Now getting to the actual processing for the vocal, we have the Fruity Parametric EQ2. And what I'm doing, just doing some subtractive EQing into the vocal, just taking out the low end. The vocals are pretty low, so make sure that you're cutting out a good amount so that it doesn't sound too boxy and full in the low end. So this is what it'll sound like.
Forget who I am and how this goes. Did I forget who I am?
So after that, we're going to use a Fruity limiter, but we're using the compression section for it. So these are the settings that I have. I just want to make sure that I'm compressing my vocals to make sure that it sounds consistent throughout the entire leveling of it. So this is what it sounds like.
Forget who I am and how this goes. Did I forget who I am? Forget who I am.
And that's pretty much it as far as using the compressor for the Fruity limiter. After that, we're using a Fruity Parametric EQ2. I'm rolling off some more of the low end frequency, but not really. We're just making sure nothing passed through the first subtractive EQing. So we're just cutting that out at 100. And around the 6,642 range, I'm boosting that up to about 9 decibel just to get the clarity out of it. When you're having some low male vocals, you want to make sure you're boosting the high end because there's not much there already. So make sure you're boosting that up a decent amount.
Forget who I am and how this goes. Did I forget who I am?
After that, we're using another compressor. So we're using the Fruity compressor to compress the vocal some more and bring up the gain of it so that we're getting that fullness of it. So this is what it sounds like.
Forget who I am and how this goes. Did I forget who I am?
And next up we have Spitfish. Spitfish is a free de-esser that everybody can download online. And these are the settings and this is what it'll sound like.
Forget who I am and how this goes. Did I forget who I am?
So that's what it's gonna do with it. Just take care of the sibilance in the vocals. After that, we're using a Fruity limiter to get the full volume of the vocal and use a ceiling to make sure that everything is very consistent and level, that all the peaks aren't basically going crazy and wild while the vocal is playing. So this is what it sounds like.
Forget who I am and how this goes.
You can see it just being very consistent and leveled.
Did I forget who I am?
And you can see that the vocal is set at -3, but later on in the mix, we're gonna lower this down to around -3 inside the actual insert just to level it well with the actual song. So the very last thing is having a Fruity Reverb 2. And this is just something, you know, it's just nice to have. Brent Faiyaz has some very reverby like vocals. So just make sure you have something like that towards the end. And these are the settings I created.
forget who I am. And how this goes. Did I forget who I am? Forget.
So that's pretty much it as far as the lead vocal. We're gonna move into the other thing. There's another part into the song where he says "did I" a lot. So that's usually in the beginning. So we're gonna go to that part right here. With it, we just have the vocal, and we're going to format shift it just like we did with the lead one. So with it, the format shift, we're actually boosting this to plus 5.38, and that's gonna give you that tiny like voice. It's not too much of a chipmunk voice, but it's just format shifted to sound as if it is. With it. With the lead vocal, we have that routed for the "did I" vocal, we have that routed to this section right here. And the only thing that's going to be different, just using a Fruity Convolver, these settings, and like I said, the preset will be available on the site. So this is what you want to have, and this is what it'll sound like with the "did I" vocal. Did I? Hearing it one more time. Did I? So with the harmonies, we have 3 different sets of harmonies. I'm going to play each of them one by one so you guys will hear different ranges of what you would want to sing like if you're trying to sound like Brent Faiyaz. With it, we have M auto pitch applied to all 3 of these different harmonies. And with it, there's no format shifting. You just want to make sure you select your scale and key for your song whenever you're singing in it. And that's essentially it. Now I'm going to play the first harmony set by yourself. And let's go ahead and turn off all these effects right here. And let's go ahead and begin. So this is what the first one sounds like. With the first one, we're having it panned left to 30%.
Only heaven knows if you can truly win in the midst of a world that's going end.
And that's how the first harmony sounds like without any major processing on it. The next one is panned 30% to the right, and this is what it sounds like.
Only heaven knows if you can truly win in the midst of a world that's going end.
And the third harmony sounds like this.
Only heaven knows if you can truly win in the midst of a world that's going to end.
And also this third harmony does have some format shifting on it. I put it down to around negative 4.13. Without it, this is what it sounds like. Actually, this is what it sounds like without it.
Only heaven knows if you can truly win in the midst of a world that's going to end.
So that'll just be my regular voice, and we'll just set it back down to around negative 4.13. So playing all those together collectively without any effects, this is what it'll sound like.
Only heaven knows if you can truly win in the midst of a world that's going to end.
So getting into the actual processing of the vocal, it's essentially what we want to have on the lead vocal. The only 2 major things is going to be the fruity chorus, which is going to be different. You want to have these settings on whenever you're putting all these harmonies into one bus. These are settings that I added onto it. And the fruity reverb too. This is just going to make it sound very full and ambient and wide using the fruity chorus and the fruity reverb too. So this is going to be the quality of it.
Only heaven knows.
Whoops. And let's turn it back on.
Only heaven knows if you can truly win in the midst of a world that's going to end.
So that's essentially it. That's what you want to have in order to get your quality like Brent Faiyaz. I'm going to play the tutorial with the instrumental and let you guys share the final quality. With it, we have Fruity Convolver cutting the entire mix to 16K because I just like to add a brick wall EQ on all my mixes, and a Fruity soft clipper just to make sure the entire mix doesn't go past 0 decibels. And this is it.
And how this goes.
Only heaven knows if you can truly win in the midst of a world that's going to end.
How am I up right now? I'm not. Still down.
And that's pretty much it. If you guys like this video, go ahead and put a thumbs up. Put in the comment section what you all want to see next. If you need your song mixed and mastered, go to bluenovabeats.com. Go to the contact form on the very bottom of the page and send me a message there. And like I said, the preset will be available, and this was used with stock plugins in FL Studio and also using free plugins as well. So those will be available in the link in the description. But I'll catch everyone on the next video.
Only heaven knows if you can truly win in the midst of a world that's going to end.
How am I up right now? I'm not. Still down. Niggas dying every day. What can I say? They just want me to say.
It's like everyone wants you to think how they think. and do what they say and stay out the way.
And if you don't want, then they got a problem with you.